Joining us now, Forbes Media Chairman Steve Forbes. Fix it.
Well, the way you fix it is what already is being done in states like Iowa and Arizona. That is what they call education savings account, where the money is controlled by the parents, not the bureaucracy. So if a parent doesn't like a school, parent has the right to send the kid to a private school, parochial school, whatever. And that way, the money follows the parent, not the schools. And that's the only way you're going to get reform. And it might even reform government-run schools as they realize they're not going to get money anymore if they're not serving the students. But it gives parents an outlet. In every city where there's any kind of school choice, parents overwhelmingly sign up for it. They know this is a lifeline. They know the schools are failing. And how many people in Congress send their kids and grandkids to the D.C. schools? You've been there. You've seen it. The hypocrisy just is rampant.
Barack Obama shut down the voucher system in D.C. while he sent his own kids to private school. But if you listen to liberals, they'll say, well, just fix the public schools, Steve. Just fix those schools. And if I'm a parent, I'm like, I'm not going to wait a decade where my child doesn't get an education while you try to fix these schools. I want a pathway out and a pathway up for my child.
Well, fixing the schools, we've had a crisis in the early Reagan administration 40 years ago, where we got the first report of the Education Department. There's a problem with our schools, government-run schools.
They were good back then, by the way, compared to today.
For 40 years later, 3 times, just for inflation, 2 to 3 times amount per student, and they're still failing. They'll never get it right. And you saw the real priorities during the COVID lockdowns. What happened? They locked the schools down where every other school in every other major country in the world was open. The teachers' union took precedence over the kids.
I'm not letting the governor of Maryland get a pass on this, Larry Hogan, because this is Baltimore, 0 students at 23 schools in Baltimore proficient in math. I think he kept the schools closed in Maryland longer than any other state. Well, he was, if not the longest, close to the longest. And these numbers in Illinois are just, thinking about those kids are just ghastly. But what does that do to our future? Because it can't just be Maryland and Illinois. What does our future look like as a nation that you've got so many schools where they're not at grade level in math and reading?
Well, that's the thing. Even parents who think the schools are good don't realize how bad they actually are. And that's what happened with the COVID lockdowns. They saw firsthand, for the first time, what was actually being taught, what their kids were being inculcated with, propagandized with. And they said, we want out. That's when they started to go to school board meetings. That's when they started to run for local school councils and boards and the like to get control and also to get the kids out of a failing school system. The only way you're going to do it is what states like Iowa, Arizona, West Virginia, and others are doing. Our education savings account. We let people have choice in this country. Why should your child be harmed by the zip code in which they reside? Every kid should have an opportunity.
Thank you. And by the way, I want to get your take on this because the Washington Post came out with an article that said this about President Biden touting his Buy American plan in reinvigorating the American working class. Unfortunately, the state of the American manufacturing industry has already gotten so bad that businesses cannot find American-made supplies that they need, Steve. So what do you make? Is Buy American stupid when you can't actually buy American, or is this the right policy to invigorate some more domestic manufacturing?
All it does now is simply delay these projects.
And drive up the cost.
Drive up the cost and make sure that doesn't happen. And Biden also did not ease up on rules to getting permits to do these things. And so you have all of that there. And then you saw a little thing in California where they said certain ports may be able to buy equipment from overseas if they pool together. That means the government's going to get involved in how you run your company. This is part of modern socialism. Any opportunity they have, they go in and say, here, if you do this, we'll give you permission to do that. It's controlled by regulation.
You're not a Buy American guy.
Oh, I think you can buy American if you allow American manufacturing to flourish. Between 2006 and 2016, thousands of new regulations were put on manufacturing for no discernible reason. And so what you do is you ease up on the regulations, you ease up on the taxes, and wonderful things are happening. And
let them go.
With new materials like graphene coming along.
Cheap energy with that, too.
And with new materials like graphene coming along, we can be the cutting edge. What it gave our strength in manufacturing.
Taking in the garbage.
No, wait. I've got my notes, Steve, and I've got the number of. Wait, I just threw them away. Wait. Joe Biden, in regulatory cost in his first 2 years in office, this is according to Douglas Holtz-Eakin's group,
Right.
$318 billion in cost with 517 new rules. That is
Garbage?
$100 billion more than Obama in his first 2 years. I did just fish that out of the garbage, but I wanted to tell Steve
You know,
that.
one of the good things about education reform is history. They can learn about one, John Kennedy tax cuts, Democrat, made fossil booming 60s, and also, amazing, Jimmy Carter in the late 70s put in massive amount of deregulation transportation, whether it's trains, planes, and trucks. Massive deregulation. First time in American, about the only time in American history that government agencies like the old Civil Aeronautics Board was abolished. So let's have some history lessons so the Democrats can get to the modern age. You have precedent, guys.
Oh, history. They don't look at what works.
You know, like,
Steve, they don't like that. But you know what? We always keep you way too long. We love the conversation with you. Thank you for joining us, Steve Forbes.